Andy Shepard, take it away.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following fight is a PFL versus Bellator contest, and the winner will be awarded the Super Belt. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner and representing Bellator. He is a Sambo specialist and stands 6 feet tall. He weighed in officially at 238.1 pounds and holds a professional MMA record of 17 wins, 2 losses, and 1 no contest. 13 wins coming by way of stoppage. He is a former Bellator light heavyweight champion. Fighting at the Stady Oscar, Russia, Vadim Nemkov. And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner and representing PFL. He is a Muay Thai specialist and stands 6 feet 2 inches tall. He weighed in officially at 236.2 pounds and has built a record of 15 victories, 6 defeats, and 1 no contest. 14 wins coming by way of knockout. He is the 2021 PFL Heavyweight Champion. Fighting out of Sao Paulo, Brazil, Bruno Cappelozza. The referee in charge, Kerry Hatley.
Kerry Hatley equipped the ref cam. Bruno Cappelozza in the blue, Vadim Nemkov in the white. I'm gonna make a claim right now, Chael Sonnen. Never in the history of our sport has this much talent been gathered around a cage for a single fight. You have these 2 men inside, you have Fedor in the corner, you have Francis Ngannou and John Jones and Mike Tyson all cage side. Also Dan Hardy is here, Randy Couture. Wow.
You make an excellent point. By the way, I thought you did a great job in that interview with John Jones. You asked him very direct questions. I bring that up because when I had my coffee with Bruno, I asked him straight up, can you beat Vadim? Can you beat this guy? He said, yes, I can. But he went a little further as to tell me how. And he just said, I'm working on my takedown defense and scrambling back to my feet. And I specifically said, so you do not plan to be in the guard? And he said, no, I don't believe that I can submit him.
We've got 2 very fast heavyweights here. Both of these guys are already moving at speed.
Well, one of the questions I had about Nemkov is carrying this extra weight, would it affect the way that he moves? And at least early here, it doesn't appear that it will.
Okay, here's that defense. Now we got to turn into the scramble.
Bruno right back to his feet after briefly touching the mat with that hip. Nemkov chest to chest, pressing him against this smart cage barrier. Tries to offer up an elbow. Bruno uses that to switch position.
Big
now
deal.
He's got underhooks.
Big deal how quickly he turned that position, put the back of Nemkov up against the fence. Look, I really think if Bruno can nullify the wrestling, that's going to be his greatest opportunity to win. It's an uphill battle, but Bruno, make no mistake, Bruno can win this fight.
Interestingly, he had double underhooks there for a moment, and he decided to break clear. Tried to check that calf kick then, that'd be wise. Don't want to take too much damage on that lead leg.
And Nemkov has already started to try and bank some work there, and Bruno doesn't want any more of it.
It's a fast jab from Nemkov, straight through the hands. Oh, lovely work.
Big one there did Bruno Cappelozza. Nemkov staying in form with this transition to the heavyweight division. Another 1-2, snaps the head back of Cappelozza.
When you have an athlete like Nemkov in this case, who's carrying an extra 40 pounds in between weigh-ins. His previous weigh-in was 205, this one was 245. You do wonder yourself, where's my speed gonna be? How am I gonna move my feet, and will my conditioning hold up? So there is some questions that Nemkov's got to answer to himself.
What's incredible is that he looks like he's moving the same way that he did as a light heavyweight. It looks like the majority of the weight has been packed onto his back, his latissimus dorsi. Powerful individual.
Fedor Emelianenko in the corner of his protege, Vadim Nemkov. In his prime. Many thought the best in the world. And if anyone had had the creativity of the PFL brass back then, we would have seen Randy Couture and Fedor and put that debate to bed.
There's a nice jab to the body for a moment there from Nemkov, and there's the head kick. Same one that he used to walk Ryan Bader on when he was able to beat him.
What's impressed me most about Nemkov's attacks so far is that he's mixing them up and he's timing them so that Bruno can't get going. Nemkov knows that if he lets Bruno put combinations together, it's so incredibly dangerous. He's timing his attacks, threatening with the kicks, so that Bruno has to stay defensive.
And it's all coming off the footwork, right? There's a distinction as you watch these two in the outlay of footwork. That's what always happens when you have a smaller guy that moves up. When you have a heavyweight that fights like a light heavyweight, you have this good movement and a lot crisper shots. There's a cross.
That was a beautiful uppercut attempt there. The speed of Nemkov seems to be causing a lot of problems for Cappelozza.
Oh, twist to the ankle there. Nemkov appears to shake it off.
Cappelozza's throwing to try and get to Nemkov, and he's being countered by very fast punches. And that jab is starting to bloody the nose as well.
Bruno's got to circle himself off the cage. Nemkov can use that space, eat it up really quick with a shot. Followed up the lead hook with a high kick attempt. Nemkov starting to put those combinations together. Going upstairs again after working on the lead leg.
Nemkov, every time he does a jab, he has a beautiful straight open to the body. A power hand right to the body. He's not taking it. But I noticed that our outlaw Dan Hardy did mention before the fight some good straight to the body, and they sure are open for Nemkov here. I suspect his corner will tell him between rounds.
Well, what we're seeing, the solution that Cappelozza's using for the jab is to lean away, which of course gets the head out of range, but it presents the abdomen, the midsection. If Nemkov can throw that jab out there, get the response, and then put that cross into the solar plexus, that could be very, very damaging.
Round two, ready? Let's go work.
Round two begins. Bruno Cappelozza, former PFL heavyweight champion, against Vadim Nemkov, a new heavyweight, but a longtime veteran of the Bellator cage and light heavyweight champion who vacated his title. He didn't lose it. He vacated it to pursue heavyweight glory. Catches a kick, offers one up to the neck of Bruno Cappelozza, who's bouncing a little more in the early goings here. Ate a right hand from Nemkov, though.
It's so fast, that 1-2, and this is why Nemkov can transition up to heavyweight. He's got enough power to do damage, but the speed to make the difference.
Bruno a little bit more willing to engage when they get close here in round number two. I think that's good cornering. Switch to the southpaw stance very briefly. Corner appeared not to like it.
I think the reason is it opens up the rear kick for Nemkov, which is a very powerful weapon for him.
1 minute gone in round number two. Bruno stays just outside the range of that 1-2. And now finally has Nemkov on the retreat a little bit, but now Bruno once again backing away.
But if we look at the difference between their defense, when Nemkov throws that jab cross, Cappelozza moves away. When Cappelozza steps in with a jab cross, oh, that was a
right
good
hand
counter.
sneaks through. What a
Difference a moment can make.
And that's why Bruno Cappelozza is so dangerous. But of course, Nemkov, a veteran of this sport, level changes, picks up his heavyweight opponent, drops into the mat and right into half guard.
Wrestle under pressure. Gets you out of sticky situations sometimes. I wish I had some wrestling.
He needed that. That was wise. He took a big shot. He needed that. He needs right now, get a couple of breathers in. I'd like to have seen Bruno put a ton of effort into a big scramble.
Very little from the bottom in way of control in the half guard here. Potentially Cappelozza's tempting Nemkov to pass his guard so he can scramble.
It looks as though he's setting him up, right? I see that as well.
Oh, arm triangle. This looks deep.
And a tight squeeze here from Vadim Nemkov, who's fully mounted.
He's off to the side now. He's chucked with his knee.
He's got that.
Bruno is out! Vadim Nemkov with a heavyweight debut and submission victory!
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Kerry Hartley calls a halt to the action at 2 minutes and 13 seconds of round number two, declaring your winner to a submission via arm triangle, Vadim Nemkov! And please welcome to the smart case, the PFL founder and chairman, Don Davies, and CEO, Pete Murray.
And of course, Iron Mike Tyson, the actual man to hand that super belt.
He looks great!
To Vadim Nemkov.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here with your winner, Vadim Nemkov. First of all, my friend, how do you feel as a heavyweight?
Как ты себя чувствуешь тяжеловесом?
Для меня это новый
ступень в моей карьере. Надеюсь, с такого боя и начнется моя карьера в тяжах и продолжится до конца.
He said it's a new weight for me, so I'm still getting used to it, but this was a good fight, and hopefully my career will go on from here on.
You've maintained your speed and power. You showed every range of your game. What's next for you, my friend?
Ты смог сдержать и скорость, и силу. Что дальше для тебя, следующий бой?
Я хотел бы чемпионский бой и стать чемпионом.
I'd like a title fight.
Well, let's talk about a title fight. Talk to me about this belt, my friend. A belt with a ring in it. That's a beautiful piece of hardware, right?
Что ты думаешь о поясе? Специальный пояс, даже кольцо есть внутри.
Пояс очень красивый, и он мне еще впечатлил, когда я его только увидел. Сейчас он мой, я его выиграл, и с гордостью привезу домой на родину, в Россию.
He said the belt is gorgeous. It impressed me the first time I saw it, and I really wanted to get it, so now I'm going to take it home.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of your very first super belt.
С этого я хотел бы посвятить эту победу святому Белогорию.
He said he'd like to dedicate this fight to his people.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner, Vadim Nemkov.